Do you still feel like you're stuck waiting for your specific person? Do you feel like you're in this state where you're waiting for them to conform? You keep focusing on and recognizing that it's not quite happening yet? Well, there is one specific real reason why it's not coming up yet, why you're seeing an old reflection of your specific person. And there are actually quantum principles that explain exactly what to do, how to figure this out. And that's what today's video is all about. Welcome back, guys. This is a new video. We're tying it back into quantum physics and the way manifestation really works, keeping it as simple as possible while still continuously, my goal is to elevate my content, but we're going to be talking about your specific person and a specific reason why you're not seeing what you want. So if you're frustrated or you've just reached a point, you feel like it's a plateau or there's no movement, this is going to be a good video for you to watch and come back to, just to keep things simple and to the point and help you gain motivation and reassurance, because I know it can be really frustrating going through this experience. So yeah, do thumbs up the video. It would mean a lot to me. It would tell YouTube that you enjoy my content. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. It takes 2 seconds. The button is right below the screen and I'd very much appreciate that. Of course, if you actually enjoy this video and my other content. But yeah, that is going to be today's video, and everything else on screen will show you guys my current coaching offers. I haven't changed anything around yet. Members are also literally about to get their exclusive content. I need to upload the exclusive short for members today, which everyone gets to vote on, and then all the other videos are coming up later in the month. So do become a member if you want to see all that. If you're responding to the version of them in the old state, which means whatever negativity is reflecting in your 3D right now, whatever negative circumstances are showing up, or even maybe it's just a past conversation, something that occurred last week, last month, last year even. If you are responding to that, reminding yourself of it, and I'm not saying that you're to blame and you're sat here sabotaging yourself, of course not, but if you're engaging with that and you're letting your conscious mind think that way, then that is going to hold you back, because it is literally engaging with them in the old version. You're telling your mind, they are still that version. They still haven't committed to me. I'm still, in a state of lack. I still don't have the relationship. That is what you're unfortunately reaffirming to your subconscious, to your conscious mind as well. It's where your focus still is. If you keep reacting and responding, mentally and emotionally to what has occurred up till now, rather than the version of them that you can imagine and hold the image of in your mind, then you're holding them in the old state. Okay to spiral, but you need to be aware of your mental reaction and the way you handle it. If you spiral 100 times a day, but then you apply your mental diet 100 times, you're negating the effect of that spiraling. You're bringing yourself back, you're erasing whatever negative result may have come about from that, and it becomes less and less. So if you were hugely spiraling, it's not the end of the world. It's not that you're ruining anything or you're doing it completely wrong. It is what it is, but you need to work to reduce that spiraling if you do, because otherwise you're reaffirming the old version, you're reaffirming the old story, focusing on it's not working, because your thoughts are likely to align with that spiraling moment, that panic or anxiety or disappointment that you saw something in the 3D that you don't like. If you hold on to it and you give it meaning, then you're reaffirming the old version. You're saying it's not working. So when it comes to holding on to, focusing on and creating the version of your reality where you have the relationship and the commitment and whatever it is you want with your specific person, your observation is the key element. You're the observer. You're the one observing your reality, observing your life and making assumptions and putting your focus into things. And when you observe something, you are collapsing all other realities. You are collapsing all other possibilities into the current reality because you're focusing on that. So let's say, even though it might not physically exist, you put your focus continuously and you stay consistent to the idea of my specific person has committed to me. This is the reality I'm living in. Oh, look at this image of me and my SP holding hands. Look at these amazing text messages they constantly send me. You're collapsing all other possibilities in the quantum realm into the one where that happens, into the one where they commit to you, they hold your hand, they text you every day, they take you on dates, they love you. You're collapsing every other reality, including your current reality, the one where it's a lack, where you don't have it, but you have to put your observation into that. You have to observe it. There is a natural delay in your 3D reality, whether it's, a couple hours or a couple of days, typically, not always. For example, a text message, an action performed by SP can be instant, especially if you have close contact, if you're already in contact or in front of them, you're with them. I personally think thought transmission works a lot more powerfully when you have that contact, but there is a natural delay in your 3D reality. And what there really is, if your focus and attention and consistency isn't on that new version of reality, meaning the end result with your SP, then you're creating a delay in the alignment. You're not aligning with the reality that you want. The quantum frequency to that reality isn't strong, it isn't connected, it isn't consistent yet. So it's just a delay, but it doesn't mean that you're rejected or you've ruined something or your SP manifestation just doesn't work. For some reason, you can't manifest. It's not going to work for you. It's too difficult just for you. That doesn't work. Manifesting is objective. It works for anyone. So it's not that your SP is rejecting you because you haven't seen the movement or it's been slow or you don't have the end result yet. It's a delay in alignment. So get consistent and the movement or end result fully will start to show up. So bringing it back to the quantum field, there are multiple versions of them. There are endless possibilities of, what could be occurring in the quantum field. There are multiple versions of your SP that exist. You're selecting a version. If you want to keep the same one, the current reality in place, keep reacting to the 3D, keep focusing on the negatives, keep reminding yourself of bad memories, but you're selecting a different version, a different reality. And you do that by putting your dominant focus, so repetition of your affirmations, just mentally embodying and imagining that end result. Your dominant focus, what you assume and build up an expectation for, positive or negative, as well as your emotional state, is what feeds into the quantum realm, the quantum frequency, the quantum field. You're connecting to that by embodying it, by really imagining it, by experiencing it internally. Your reality then has to collapse into that version, right? So it's like energetically, it's not obviously a physical collapse. It's nothing catastrophic or crazy or scary. It's literally a quite subtle shift. Like you probably won't even recognize anything different other than the end result is coming in. But it is your dominant focus, where you put your focus, your internal state. What are your inner conversations in your mind, in your emotions? Are you visualizing it? Can you really embody and imagine it? And that comes through consistency and practice. Probably the first time you think it or focus on it, you're not really going to get much of a reaction. But when you start to build that up as a practice, it becomes more and more powerful. So try and let go of your reactions to the 3D and remind yourself, I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to analyze it. I'm going to disengage where I can, because otherwise it's going to hold the old version of my SP in place. So to analogize it, you can think of your reality, and this is literally the case with manifesting principles. Your reality physically is a mirror. It's going to reflect where your focus is, but without you internally shifting first, without you creating that change within yourself, your circumstances, what you see in your 3D, the way your SP feels and acts is not going to fully or significantly shift until you do. They're not going to start acting a certain way and then suddenly you're happy and fulfilled. You have to start to work to that and imagine yourself as already in that state. Not believing it's true, but just imagining it, mentally focusing on it as if it's real now, and then your reality will mirror it back to you. So focus on the version of them that is loving, that loves you. You're the only person that they love. They're committed to you. They show up, they're consistent, they initiate. They just show up for your relationship and put in that effort for you. So focus on the version of them like that. Hold that as consistently as you can. That becomes the dominant focus. Again, you don't need to believe it. You don't need to feel amazing. There's nothing magical that you have to do. It will become easier, much more enjoyable, which I think I touched on in my last video when I talk about how I'm manifesting something where I have put significant focus on as my dominant state. I never spiral about it. I feel really good. This isn't relating directly to an SP, but it's showing where your dominant focus is in the effect. I feel really good. I feel in alignment. I feel it coming in. I'm not questioning it. It's just a matter of when, not if, and letting things come together, but knowing that internally is where I put my focus and build that up, maintain it, because I'm really, really enjoying it. I really feel motivated. So you can get to that point. It just takes consistency, and then your emotions will respond. So speak and think from that new version, that new reality. How would you speak to other people? Even if it's just vague or neutral, you wouldn't be complaining about your SP. thinking that way, your inner conversations with yourself. So you're not thinking or treating the new reality as if it's this separate thing. You're thinking as if you're already in that. So again, it's not that your SP is external and there's this other individual in your reality that you want to manifest. You're not manifesting them, you're manifesting a version of yourself that is with them, a reality that is with them. So yes, they conform, yes, they in your reality show up as a different version, and your SP shifts essentially, because obviously it's not that suddenly, it's not like a video game where you suddenly show up in a new reality, or The Sims, you're in a new town with a new person, just to analogize it. It's not obviously like that. They are conforming because to you it will be so natural, where one day they might say something negative and then suddenly the next day they've conformed and they're speaking to you really lovingly. So yes, it's a conforming process like that, and you're selecting a version of your reality where they are that version, so they become that version. So you only need to change who you are being, the way you think. Literally, what your assumptions are. You build to shift around those assumptions day by day. So it's not that you're manifesting a completely different person, a completely separate person to you, and you're trying to force or wait around for them to change. You create those shifts internally within yourself first. So try and stay loyal to the version of them that already loves you. Try and stay focused, stay consistent. That's where it comes from. A routine, a schedule. I talk about this in other videos as well. A lot of past videos give you guys much more clear structure, but that's also where my coaching comes in. So my coaching really goes into more detail if people need it. But yes, just staying consistent and putting in the effort every day to convince your mind more than anything negative that the positive new reality is the one you're in right now. So I think I'm going to leave this video here. I think it was useful, definitely touched a lot more on the scientific quantum side of things. So hopefully you guys found that useful, more factual, although logic technically doesn't have a place in manifesting, but that's fine. If you did enjoy, do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time.